What's up, everybody? My name's Archegos, and we're back for another episode of Schedule 1. This is the beta release for Update 7. There's been like 2 or 3 updates to this beta so far since you put it out over the weekend. But I wanted to do this episode kind of off stream because I want to test something very specific in this episode, and I think it would be a little bit too long and too cumbersome if I do it online live. So this is still going to be part of the playthrough. It's still going to be technically episode 8 or so on the playlist, but I'm doing it off stream so that I can do some editing and make it more concise towards what we're testing for, which is our dealers. So let me go ahead and jump in. All right, so let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. We have nothing to package right now. We're just starting a new day. She's on her way to cooking some more and then baking some more. All right, so what I'm working on today is I want to focus on optimizing my dealers. Molly is out dealing already. It's like 7 a.m. I love that. Let's see if we can track her down. Molly's on her way back now. Okay. Let me check out your inventory. Go ahead and take your earnings. Hold on. Okay. This is what I wanted to see. All right, so this already confirms it. I gave her jars, and she made her own baggies from those jars. So, okay. That's good. It's good to know. So, the reason I wanted to test that, and I guess this is kind of a lackluster episode because we just tested in the first few minutes. I only gave her jars, and she went and took product out of those jars and made her own baggies to distribute and sell to customers. The reason that's important is because with Benji, when I first switched to jars, I gave Benji like a full inventory of jars, and he just wasn't selling anymore. And I couldn't figure out why. He was my best earner for a long time, and then all of a sudden, nothing for several days. And then all of a sudden, boom, he's just racking in the dough. And so what I think happened was, because I gave him a full inventory of jars, those jars each has 5 product, right? And not everybody wants to buy 5 product, especially not everybody in the Northtown region. This is kind of the poorest region where you start the game. And so they're buying anywhere from 1 to 4 units of product. So they're buying less than 1 jar is capable of. So you have to wait for him to get big spenders who are willing to take a whole jar worth of product. So you have to wait for him to sell to the big spenders enough so that he frees up an inventory space. Then he can start making baggies of the products and selling those. So we're going to focus on that. Hold on. I just realized I'm carrying some product on me. Actually, let's find out if you can dry mixed product. I never tried that before. Okay, now we're going to go look at Benji. Benji's out dealing. He's always out dealing, but that's good. That means he's making money. Hey, Benji, almost $5,000. That's what I'm talking about. He is by far my best earner. I want to see your stock right now. Okay, so he's got just a jar. I want to wait until he's ready to go sell again. So right now he should be heading home to set up his next sell. If I'm right, he's going to go home. He's going to repackage some of those jars into baggies and then head out for his next sell. Come on, Benji. You're my best moneymaker. And time is money. So let's just get out there and show them what you do. All right, let me see your inventory. No? He's still carrying just the bottles. Let's follow him to his next meet. So I thought he was going to go to his home and repackage the bottles there. Maybe he's got somebody who's buying 5 or more. You dealing to Ludwig? No? All right, let's check his items. Okay, so that's what happened. He sold 2 units and then converted the excess into baggies. All right. So this confirms you need an extra inventory space on your dealers. I'm a little disappointed that it happens before he leaves. I think it should happen when he's in his apartment. But you need to leave at least one of these inventory spaces open if you're not giving them baggies, because that's the baseline for distribution when they're dealing to individual customers, especially here in Northtown. So I was surprised to find that it happens during the sale. I really think they should change it. I really think they should have that happen when he's at the house before he leaves. You know, he still needs the extra inventory space and all that, but it's more realistic if it happens there and then the transaction takes place, because then that's more organic, right? He's not instantly going to get like 3 baggies back from handing him a jar. All right, so that's it. That's all I wanted to look at today. I just wanted to test out that theory and see if I could prove it out. And that does appear to be the case. So if you're having problems with your dealers not selling, check their inventory. If they're full of jars, or later on you can make bricks, then it's possible that they're not able to sell because they're not able to break down the product into the right size for the customers that want to buy from them. So if you free up an inventory space so that they can package their own product in smaller batches, that should speed up their process. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and or follow whichever channel you see this on. And until next time, you guys be safe.